How's that for an introduction?
That was nice. Do you want me to come up here?
We usually like send you against the wall near the logos, and
Sit or stand?
you can do what you want. If it gets too hot, we can open the window and turn on the hideous fan, but it's going to be hard to hear.
No, it'll be good. I'll sit my stand. I feel kind of like it's kind of like old home week here. I got a former boss here. That would be Sam. I did some work for Jackie Patterson. I even have somebody back from my high school days. Jim and I went to high school together.
Wow. What high school?
Canyon Del Oro High School in Tucson.
In Tucson, we were the Dorados. We're not telling you when we graduated. Sorry about that.
In 1976, right?
No, man, you took off a year even. Thanks a lot.
1977.
That was better. Anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks for having me here. I really appreciate you giving me the chance to chat a little bit about Metrolink. And I always laugh when Bart talks about Amtrak as you know, we escaped. We used to joke about it being the gulag and all those kinds of things. We now refer it. A lot of us at Metrolink came from Amtrak, and I was there 18 years, and we kind of refer to it as the mothership sometimes, and it was a great experience, a great learning ground, a lot of wonderful people there and still there, and I think they're doing a fantastic thing for passenger rail. And they're going to be even more involved in high-speed rail, and that's really exciting. And they're getting more involved in the commuter rail business. And when I left Amtrak, that's what I was doing. I was working in business development. And it's exciting to see them getting back in the game. And as you all know, they're back at Metrolink as our operator, providing our T&E crews. And so that was kind of a cool thing for me, because back in the day, that's when I worked with Metrolink on the Amtrak side. So that was kind of cool. Is it Justin? Where's Justin?
Justin walking right there.
Justin, yeah, Justin. We met downstairs. You're in the Coast Starlight community group. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, an ARP spin-off team to promote the Coast Starlight, so we were at it for about a year or two.
That's very cool. Yeah, we're going to be building some customer coalitions at Metrolink. You're going to see a lot of really neat stuff coming out of our group, because we're really starting to build, as Bart talks about, probably would do a lot, our customer engagement group. We've moved our communication group into the customer engagement piece, because you got to talk about all the exciting things you're doing. And some of them you can see some of the things we're doing. If you're familiar with writing Metrolink, you see this newspaper over here, Metrolink Matters, and this is our next issue. I thought I'd share it with you, get a sneak peek. It's coming out on Friday, and this is the visual that's on the cover, and it's kind of exciting for me, because what happens in communications is we get a lot of letters. A lot of folks are saying, okay, you're saying this, but I'm not seeing it. I'm really not seeing it out there, So we wanted to talk about it a little bit differently. We wanted to say, okay, we're doing a lot inside. We're really working on the foundation. You guys over there, you can see this. You can see it a little better. We're really working. I knew I was going to do that. These things don't stand up well. We're really working on the foundation here to become a world-class service. When John Fenton took over the helm back in April, we really started to do some foundational changes, safety, our foundation, our operational efficiencies. We're really working hard to change those things, to turn the dial. But as you can see, this is kind of where we are right now, working on the ground floor and the structure down underneath. This is where we want to be. This is what the customer is seeing, and they're not really seeing it yet. But we really feel like we're working on this part right down here to really get it strong, our foundation really strong. We're bringing in, we're really looking at efficiency, we're looking at a lot of things in-house. We've done a lot of changes with our staffing, and I know John talked about all that last time he was here. But we're still, you know, really turning the dial. It takes a long time, you know, when you've been, a railroad for 18 years, there's a lot of things that kind of keep going status quo. So we're working really hard to try to, you know, do those operational efficiencies, become better stewards of our financial aspect, and we really want to make a difference out in the communities. But one of the reasons I'm here today, and it's not so much for me to talk about the branding piece, it's more to get your feedback. Because, you know, I'm a marketing person. That's my background, really. I have crisis communication experience. You might have seen a quote or two lately, a lot more than I'd like to be quoted. Personally, I think, you know, the best media person knows how to put somebody else in front of the microphone, but we've had a lot of incidents lately, you know, so we've been struggling with that. I mean, trying to educate our communities and people off the railroad, off the right-of-way. But what happened just this morning, even, the Gold Line had an incident. Anybody get stuck out on the Gold Line today?
No.
See, I take the Gold Line in from Pasadena, downtown, and then the Red Line to send with the Metrolink. And, you know, I got a phone call this morning. The city desk saying, hey, what happened to Pasadena, Angie? Gosh, you know, that wouldn't be Metrolink. That would be LA Metro. That's the subway. Can I tell you how many times this happens? Can I tell you how many times it's in the paper, Metrolink hits a car. Metrolink strikes a trespasser. Well, that's our internal word. You guys all know that. Right? Try not to use that word in the media, but they think. One time I actually got this call from a Channel 7 news director. So, you know, you build a relationship with the media and you work really hard to try to, you know, manage the message and all of that. And the news director from Channel 7 says, doesn't even introduce himself. I answer the phone, it's after hours, Angie Starr, Metrolink, he says, so you did it again. I held the phone out and I said, excuse me, who's calling? No, okay, this is so-and-so, Channel 7, broadcast news. You did it again, Angie. And I said, excuse me, can you tell me what we did? You know, you hit another car, didn't you? And wow, I mean, that really struck me. I thought, you know, this is not just the news media. This is the impression that, you know, people have that, you know, it's been generated over a series of incidents, accidents. It's not just since Chatsworth or Glendale. But there's a problem here. And it wasn't us, by the way. It was an Amtrak train. Now, if you can't tell the difference between Amtrak and Metrolink, I mean, everyone in this room knows the difference, right? You don't know? Raise your hand. I mean, seriously. So I thought, how do we change this? You know, how do we educate or bring to the forefront, or what do we do better? And what we've done most recently, and it's kind of exciting for me because, again, it's part of this, you know, how are we going to become a world-class experience? How are we going to communicate better? How are we going to engage our customers? How are we going to engage our employees, for that matter? Because let me tell you this, being an employee and constantly being looked at like you're the crash brand, that's tough. That's really tough. One of the things that's been happening too with all these incidents that we keep having, and you know, I'm kind of I'll lean toward the media side because that's kind of where I've lived in the last year at Metrolink, but you know,